Christi City Council meets today, and people with heart failure may be more vulnerable to extreme heat. Today is April 13th. This is South Texas Midday. I'm Spencer Chiak. The Corpus Christi City Council meeting is underway at City Hall. Mayor Paulette Guajardo will not be suspended today, regardless if the City Council decides to impeach her. This comes after a Southern District of Texas court judge placed a restraining order on the city of Corpus Christi. In March, residents in Corpus Christi filed paperwork for the mayor's impeachment related to a city council vote in 2024 that gave $2 million to Corpus Christi hotel developers. A presentation included a doctored image. The FBI, Texas Rangers, and Corpus Christi Police Department all investigated the claims and no charges were brought forward. The mayor denies any wrongdoing. The restraining order will hold until April 27th. Also being discussed at the council meeting is water. New projects may be shared, and an update on the various water projects will be presented. The council will also vote on adding a definition to what essential water use is in the drought contingency plan. The new definition will be water use necessary to sustain public health, welfare, safety, sanitation, and fire protection. Currently, there is no definition for essential water use. Corpus Christi Fire Chief Brandon Wade explained why during the March 24th City Council meeting.
Non-essential water use and a essential public facility, they're not mutually exclusive. You can have a hospital that could potentially have non-essential water use. It could occur. It could be watering the landscape or what have you. I think what we need to do is be very careful about saying a blanket exemption for something such as a hospital, because there may be areas in which they can conserve water.
He added that other cities like Phoenix and Arizona do not directly name essential facilities, but that the Corpus Christi plan says numerous times that public health, sanitation, and fire protection is essential. District 4 City Councilwoman Kaylin Paxton cited other Texas cities' plans like El Paso and San Antonio as cities that have more detailed plans and definitions as a reason to add a definition. The motion also adds more protections for auxiliary water users. The city is recommending the council approve the change. Extreme heat is hard on all of us, but researchers at the Institute for Exercise and Environmental Medicine at Texas Health Presbyterian Dallas suspect patients with heart failure may be more vulnerable. They've launched a study into how and why. Craig Crandall heads the Institute's Thermal and Vascular Physiology Laboratory. In this installment of KERA's Vital Signs series, he told Sam Baker the idea for the study began with existing epidemiological data.
We see from these data that some of the individuals that are most susceptible to heat wave conditions, both as far as things like hospitalization as well as death, are individuals who have heart failure. So we're very interested in identifying what is it about heart failure that results in these individuals being at greater risk during a heat wave or extreme heat condition, and what can we do to reduce that risk in these individuals.
Give me an example of how bad a situation this is. We get into the high temperatures that we have in Texas, June, July, certainly August. What becomes of people with heart failure during this time?
Let's just say, for example, their apartment, the air conditioner no longer is working. We believe their core temperatures will go up higher, and that will put more strain and stress on the heart and ultimately result in some sort of a hospitalization type of symptoms and, I guess, ultimately death. And I should make it clear that if somebody who has heart failure is in an air-conditioned space, they're just fine. We become concerned if they choose to not use the air conditioner. Perhaps they have some cognitive disabilities and are not turning on the air conditioner, or their air conditioner is broken, or perhaps they're concerned about paying for the bill, and so they don't turn it on. And the bottom line is that they get hotter. We believe they get hotter faster, and that puts more strain on the heart. That results in potentially culminating, the extreme would be to death.
Tell me about this study, how it works.
We've got a climate chamber where we can simulate really any heat wave that we want. What we're currently focusing in is on a Pacific Northwest heat wave, where the temperature is quite warm, upwards to 100 degrees, and it's relatively dry. And we'll take an individual who we've diagnosed who has heart failure, and we will put them inside the environmental chamber for 3 hours. Of course, we're monitoring everything throughout this time, so it's quite safe. We're monitoring their heart function, we're monitoring their core temperature, we're monitoring their skin temperature, And we want to see how much stress this particular heat environment places on the heart. We are doing some echocardiography-based measurements before they get into the chamber and then near the end of the chamber exposure. So we can actually look at changes in heart function and how this simulated heat wave affects heart function from all these different measures.
What have you found so far?
Well, we've not collected enough data. Started January 1. It's premature to know what's going to happen. Although there is some basic data that suggests that individuals who have heart failure don't increase their skin blood flow appropriately, which is one of the measurements that we are going to obtain. And if they don't increase their skin blood flow and if they don't sweat appropriately, that will lead to their core temperatures being higher. So some basic data that we and others have collected shown that individuals with heart failure do not appropriately increase skin blood flow or sweating, which we believe will result in them becoming hotter, which will place greater strain on the heart. And then we're following it up with different cooling modalities. We want to see what can we do with individuals who are experiencing a heat wave to reduce how high their body temperature becomes. And so we are exploring different cooling modalities with water, perhaps something as simple as spraying water on an individual, or taking a t-shirt and immersing the t-shirt in water and then having an individual put that t-shirt on. Are these effective in reducing the risk of individuals who have heart failure during a heat wave scenario?
Craig Crandall, PhD, heads the Thermal and Vascular Physiology Laboratory at the Institute for Exercise and Environmental Medicine on the Texas Health Presbyterian Hospital Dallas campus. This has been South Texas Midday. Your community arts calendar and more is on its way.